Hello everybody, it's that time of the week again when we get to celebrate our children who have been nominated by their class teachers for Superstar of the Week and Building Learning Power of the Week. This week we're going to be focusing on those children in our Superstars of the Week around Art and RE, and we're going to be looking at MC Reflective for our Building Learning Power. I hope some of you have managed to get out into the sunshine this weekend with your family and your social distancing bubble. I know for my own mental health and well-being, it's been great to feel that spring sun suddenly start to burst through and go for slightly longer walks with my own family and to feel that fresh air just breaking out from our homes a little bit more. As you may have heard, Boris Johnson made the announcement last Monday that all children of primary school age can return to school on Monday the 8th of March. We're really excited about that. We cannot wait to have you back in our classrooms learning alongside us again. You've done a great job remote learning using our Educare system and picking up packs, but it's not quite the same as having you all back in our classroom environment. We will give you details via Facebook a little bit later on this week about what that might look like, but it will feel very similar to how we reopened back in September with slightly staggered entrances and exit times for our Key Stage 1 and our Key Stage 2 children, but still parents picking up on the playground and using our one-way system. So you will feel very familiar with what that will look like for you, okay? Your classrooms are being readied as we speak. It will very much feel again like it did in September for lots of you. You will sit in very similar places. Your class teachers will continue to teach how they did before lockdown. We're just making sure that we are really sticking to those hygiene standards that we were really good at before Christmas. So making sure that we're washing our hands really regularly, and we are thinking about catch it and bin it message. So making sure that we're thinking about not spreading any unwanted germs in our classroom, which is always a really good thing, I think, to think anyway, regardless of obviously the current situation. So let's celebrate our Superstars of the Week. So this week we're looking at Art and RE, and I can see in our Caterpillar room, so in our nursery room, we've got Jersey for exploring colour paints and how they change when they're mixed. So that's a really great skill. Well done, Jersey. I love looking at colours, and I love seeing how they change, because sometimes they don't change as we expect. So that's a really key skill, because I know in foundation you'll continue to explore colours and how they can be used. So well done, Jersey. And in our butterfly room, we've got Isla for creating a fantastic picture and being able to describe in detail what she had drawn. So well done, Isla. I was really pleased this week that I came in and observed some of the teaching that was happening in nursery, and you were fantastic using a range of vocabulary. So I can see that your teacher, Miss Target, has continued to capture that in recognising you with your great description of your artwork this week. So well done, Isla. In Foundation, we've got James for a super attitude towards his art and RE piece of learning. Great, James. It's fantastic that we can always produce a great piece of art or a piece of RE, but actually it is about the attitude that we bring alongside that. Are we committed to the work that we're doing? Are we being adventurous, and are we getting a lot out of our learning? So well done, James. I can see that Mr. McCann has nominated you for exactly that great attitude. And in year 1, we've got Braden for his excellent window drawing. And I had a little look at some of these drawings. So it was about what you could see out of your window or what you'd like to see out of your window. And they were really great pictures. And I think year 2 did some of those pictures, and year 6 as well. So it was great to see how children's art progressed up through the school. So Braden, it's fantastic. You have been nominated from your class teacher. And in year 2, we've got Molly and Max for great observations and details. And I would probably guess that that was around your pictures and your window drawings as well. So well done to those 2 children for your great RE and artwork and your reflections that you are bringing back, thinking about what you have seen. And in year 3, we've got Ruby for persevering brilliantly during Art and RE week. So it's a bit like James in Foundation, isn't it? It's not necessarily always about the end outcome. It's about perseverance, because actually I find art really, really tricky. And I wish I had some of the talent that I see, even up to the standard of some of the children in the school. You are absolutely fantastic at art, some of you. But actually, I think it's very much about perseverance and keeping going, keep adding and listening to advice. and to keep developing those skills, isn't it? We had some great artists in year 6 last year, and I remember sitting down with those children, and they were talking me through how they were refining their techniques. So even when you're an adult, you are able to change and develop your skills, and having that perseverance and that attitude to go back and revisit things will make you a better artist. And I know that some of the techniques that the year 6s shared with me last year, I try and adopt when I am trying to do drawings within the classroom. And I know anyone that's had me as a class teacher, I always say that I find drawing quite tricky, and I wish I had the skills that some of the children do in our school. So I'm definitely learning from the children on that front. Okay, well done Neela in year 4 for creating a beautiful pencil drawing with lots of shading and detail. So well done Neela, you've really thought about not only just doing quite a simplistic drawing, but actually adding detail through shading and using a range of pencils and pencil types, and because different pencils have different softnesses, so they create a different effect. So that's fantastic. Well done, Neela. And in year 5, we've got Brooke for fabulous use of colour. Well done, Brooke. And I have noticed that this is, I think, the second time your name has popped up in the Superstar of the Week. So well done, Brooke, for that continuous great attitude while you are remotely learning as well. But I would love to see your artwork. I don't think I've seen that one yet. And well done Cody in year 6 for creating a view of his window even when he found it tricky. And again, I think Cody, that's just what I've been talking about, isn't it? That even if we find something tricky, it's that perseverance, it's that resilience, and trying to refine those skills, even though actually we might not all be natural artists. I do think there's a natural flair to sometimes being an artist, but actually we can develop those skills. We can encourage ourselves and utilise those people around us to become better at some skills that we find tricky. So well done Cody, and well done to all of our children who have been nominated for Superstars of the Week. And now we move on to our Building Learning Power Children of the Week, and this week we are focusing on MC Reflective. So that is a skill that we're thinking about where children may think about their work in that time, or actually they may revisit their work. They may scaffold their work, and they may do a piece of work one week and then they may do a continuation the following week, but actually they may reflect, they may think about the work they've done in previous weeks. So let's see who's been nominated by their class teachers. Okay, in foundation, well done Marshall for amazing revision of his read, write, ink sounds. And I know from seeing some of Marshall's work that he's doing some super work blending some of his sounds, and he's really pushing himself not only in school but at home to make sure that he is beginning to think about the letter sounds that he needs when writing sentences. So it's great that you're thinking, it's hard, isn't it, to learn all those letter sounds, but it's great to see that you're thinking about the letter sounds you're really secure in, the new ones that you're learning, and you're trying to apply them in your blending and your sentence work. So well done Marshall. And well done to Freddie in year 1 for using his imagination to write a super hot right plan about cheaters. Goodness me, Mrs. Balmer is working you incredibly hard, Freddie, and it's great to see that you are utilising all of your skills. You're putting together all of your skills and producing a great hot right, an end of piece piece of writing that showcases really all of the skills that you've been learning throughout your literacy topic. So well done Freddie, great use of skills throughout your unit to be able to reflect on those and use them in your final piece to showcase how brilliant you are at writing. And well done Ollie in year 2 for distilling his learning at home and completing his packs. So you have a great work ethic. I know that Miss Springhurst and Miss Bates have spoken to me about how much home learning you've been doing, and they've been incredibly impressed right across the spectrum of learning that you've been asked to do. So it's well done Ollie, they're really impressed, and I am certainly impressed with the amount you're doing and how you are accessing that learning. So keep it going just for our final week. And in year 3, we've got Archie for showing his resilience in planning and writing his story. So you've got 2 steps there, Archie. You've had to plan the story, you've had to bring all of your ideas together. So similar to Freddie in year 1, you've had to put all of that learning together, but then you've gone and written your own story as well. So you've planned it and you've written it. Well done, Archie. I'll look forward to having a look at those. I will ask Miss Riddell and Miss Ferguson to share that story with me. And well done Lexi in year 4 for supervision revision of French numbers to complete sums in French. And I think that's a bit of a common thing, because I think a few weeks ago at year 4 you had other children recognised for some French work, so I think you've been doing lots of French work in year 4. But well done Lexi. It can be really tricky, can't it, to remember the vocabulary that goes alongside digits in a different language, and we can sometimes pronounce those slightly differently, or we can remember to have some that really stick and some that we just find really difficult, because when we are learning numbers when we're younger, we hear those numbers in our own language over time a lot, and so when we're learning it in a different language, it doesn't stick, it doesn't become sticky knowledge as quickly. So it's great to hear that Lexi is thinking really carefully about finding opportunities to revisit her learning so it does become sticky knowledge, it stays in there. And well done Anastas in year 5 for reacting to the marking comments. So that's really important. So the teachers have spent a long time in the remote learning trying to respond to all the work that's coming in, offering you feedback via our MS Teams system. But we can spend lots and lots of time giving you feedback back, but actually the important thing is that you listen to that advice and you then try and move your own learning on. And that's why you're making such brilliant progress, because you are being really proactive about listening to the advice that your class teacher is giving you and thinking about how can I improve on my learning. So well done Anastas. And finally in year 6 we've got Layla for showing great resilience when coming into educare. So that's, again, we've spoken about this, it can be really tricky to come into school when it doesn't feel how it normally does. So when sometimes we're with different children sitting in a slightly different place, maybe in a slightly different classroom, and that can be a little bit scary for some of us. So well done Layla for coming in and really embracing the different environment and making sure that that didn't affect your progress and the standards that we expect at school. Like I said, we are looking forward to having you all back on Monday the 8th of March, and that will feel much more familiar to all of you. You will all be back in your own classrooms with your own friends and your year groups, and your class teachers will be there with your teaching assistants to support you. There's lots of work going on to make sure that our school will be safe and as COVID hygienic as possibly, and we will be making sure that we're revisiting all of our risk assessments to make sure it's really safe for you. You were fantastic at sticking to our rules but at September to December, and you will be fantastic at doing that again. We have absolutely no doubt that when our school community comes back, parents, teachers and children will be working together to make sure it's a really safe environment for everybody and a really enjoyable environment. I can't wait to have you all back at school. I can't wait to hear the buzz in the classrooms, the laughter at playtime. And I'm even thinking, that the teachers, when they're tired at the end of the first week, I think they are looking forward to just actually having you back where they want you in the classrooms, building that energy, because even though you've all done a fantastic job remote learning, it's not quite the same at the moment. So let's give one last push, last week of remote learning, fingers crossed, everything for the Monday the 8th of March, and we will see you then. For now, take care, keep going, you're doing an amazing job. Parents, one more week of home learning, we appreciate it so much, everything you've done. Keep going, I'll speak to you all very, very soon.